Hello and welcome back. This is Heidi Ellsworth and we are on the sound stage sponsored by SRS at the 2025 International Roofing Expo in San Antonio, Texas. And it has been quite the day, and you know what? The talk always of the town is technology. So we have Dean with Ingage, who knows all about this, leader in the industry. Thank you for joining us on the sound stage.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to take a break, rest my feet.
I know.
And be here with you in the soundstage. It is busy. It's been great.
Wow. I tell you what, Dean, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us about what you do with Ingage and a little bit about Ingage.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Dean Curtis. I'm the CEO of Ingage. At Ingage, we help companies create amazing, interactive, professional sales content. We help them share it with the people who need it. So that could be their sales team, it could be their partners, it could be from a manufacturer perspective, their contractors. And then most of all, we help them with analytics on the back end so they know if what they've created is actually being used and is of value and is helping move sales along. So,
you know, I love that part about it so much. I mean, all sides, from the very beginning of the beautiful presentation that you can practice on, that you can really know, but then just the analytics. I'm kind of a data nerd. I love that stuff.
Yeah, I'm totally a nerd. So it's interesting, but we look at that, and it's, what's interesting about the analytics side is I think a lot of people look at it as, you're watching me. Yeah. And it's true, like it is kind of a virtual ride along, right?
Yeah, exactly.
At the same time, if Heidi's doing great and Dean's not doing great, I could look at how you're using the sales content to say, hey, maybe we can do a little comparison in our admin console. This is how Heidi's doing it. This is how Dean's doing it. We trained this way. What's Heidi doing that Dean's not doing?
Yeah.
That we could really teach and coach. It's not about just big brothering it, really. No. It's really about understanding so you can coach and make every rep your best rep.
I always think about it like athletes, right? They watch tape. They watch themselves, how they do it, what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong. And I was not an athlete, but my sister was, and she would do that all the time. I feel that that's exactly what analytics do for us. We do it all the time at the coffee shop. We look at our analytics. We look at together our analytics to see what people are interested in. It's no different. It's the same thing. You know,
it's my side hustle, if you will.
Yeah.
I love coaching. So I coach high school lacrosse.
Okay.
And part of that is we do film study all the time. Yeah. And when you break it down, the film doesn't lie.
Yeah, no.
The film tells you yes, no, how did you do, right?
Right.
So it's no different, right?
Same thing with data.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I know, I'm always like, data doesn't lie. It is what it is.
100% true.
Tell us about your booth. What's going on in the booth? What are you showing? And, you know, what are some of the things that are creating buzz with the contractors coming in?
Yeah, so it's interesting. This is a big show, right? So there's people here because they want to learn how to manufacture shingles, and then there's contractors, right, who want to seek out technology solutions. So we are really focused on, number one, serving people who are coming to the booth to help them understand the value prop that, and how we could help them in their business.
Right.
We actually created this really cool little lead capture tool. So one of the things about Ingage is you have the ability to build these interactive professional presentations. And we were thinking, what is a way that we could showcase some of our automation capabilities so that somebody could get a real quick understanding? We actually created a new little, I don't call it an app because it's not, but you scan a QR code, you put in your website, and you put in your name and your contact information, and we're creating you a virtual or online business card. That's really just an Engage presentation.
Yeah.
It's a showcase of technology to say, we can make things dynamically created in our platform. And that's a big focus for us in the year ahead. So it's kind of a piece of technology to showcase what we can do.
Yeah, that's cool. And contractors would be like, yeah.
Well, the thing was, we were thinking like we could automate the creation of your company story.
Yes.
But the problem is that like there's a lot more to it. It's not the same for everyone. There's not 5 milestones. There might be 7 milestones that people want to talk about. So we're like, what is something that even if you're a contractor or any person within that contracting business, you would find valuable? Your business card.
Yeah, that's true. I love them.
We're creating these online business cards for people as a showcase of our technology.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Very smart, great marketing, as always. You guys are always right on it. What are you hearing from contractors talking about using Ingage in their sales presentation and what they're seeing on rising closing rates?
Yeah, it's always great to interface with people in person.
Yeah.
I have this phrase that I use internally called GUYO. Right? GUYO means get out of your office.
Oh, I love that.
And we have 7 people here,
Yeah.
and we're not only interfacing with our customers, we're interfacing with our partners, we're
Right.
with all the manufacturers that we support and have built content on our platform. What we're hearing is people want it to be easier. People want it to be personalized.
Yeah.
So how can I have a presentation that can be personalized? So when I go to Heidi's house,
Right.
it looks more like Heidi's neighborhood.
Yeah.
There's a
I like
picture of the
that.
sales
I like
rep who's
that.
about to start the conversation with me
Yeah.
on the front of the on the front of the presentation. So we're showing people our new capabilities around this dynamic content through profiles, so that they can have this personalized approach to selling. So that's what we're doing. It's always great to connect with. I would say it's about a 50-50 split between people who are already customers and people
Right.
who don't know us yet. So
Wanna
it's a
become
great use of our
customers.
time.
Yeah. I love, there is so much, like, I always think you don't want to show a really steep roof in Arizona, right? You want to show what, or unless you're in Flagstaff, you want to show what that neighborhood looks like. And subliminally, all of a sudden you warm up. You're like, oh, they know who I am. They're showing my little mountain community. I get it, right?
Exactly.
It makes so much sense, and it's so smart to do that.
Yeah, a lot of the a lot of the contractors we work with have multiple locations.
Right.
Right. So the roof you sell in Maine is not the same as the one that you sell in Philadelphia, which is the one you sell in Florida.
Right.
So but you want the rest of your presentation, your process is the same.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to tell a bit about the company. I'm going to tell about the products we offer. I'm going to tell about our process, but maybe some of the imagery has to be unique. We've created technology that would allow you to put the right pictures in the Florida versus the Pennsylvania versus the Maine presentation.
Man, I love
but it's
it.
one presentation.
Yeah.
It's very cool stuff.
Pick the right one.
That's
Pick
right.
the right one.
Well, and
I
also
love it.
the sales rep doesn't even have to think about it.
Really?
Because they're assigned to the right team, when they open it, they get the main one because they're in Maine.
They're mean. Man, that's cool.
Super
That is
exciting
cool.
stuff.
I mean, I tell you what, I was creating pitch books back in the day, and I was using them to sell back in the day. So this is, it's so important for your business, this kind of technology. And I think one of the things I truly love about Ingage, you said it earlier, was you're here for the contractors, but for also all your partners.
Yeah.
You are all a true hub of this industry. You truly bring the industry, kind of like the coffee shops, the industries together, so those contractors can get the right products.
Yeah.
And they can do what they need for their presentations.
You know, I'm actually presenting later on in the a session, and my topic is how to present a great presentation, or how to present a professional presentation.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I talk about, and the main point is, how can I help you build confident reps that can build that trust with the customer as quickly as possible? And we believe, obviously self-serving a little bit, but we believe great content does that.
Yes, we believe the same thing.
Right?
We can both
If
be
you are
self-serving.
going to, if you're going to build that trust really quickly with someone, you have to give them a feeling that you know what you're doing,
Right.
right? And that they see themselves in that presentation at some level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Ah, man. I love talking to you about this stuff. It is so much fun. So, any little sneak peeks for 2025? Anything that you'd like to share coming up this year?
A couple big things we're working on. Number one is this idea of personalization. We think that there's ways that we can not only do it within our own platform, but connecting out to other systems.
Ooh,
you have a
nice.
CRM, you have a marketing platform, you have a pricing tool. Like, we think there's some good synergies there, and more of the same. We want to get people up and running as fast as possible.
Yeah.
We also think there's a lot of people think of us as the presentation, but there's so much that you can do ahead of the meeting. How do you
Right.
prepare your sales rep? How
Yes.
do you prepare the customer? How do you communicate after the meeting? How do you, once you've completed the deal or completed the work, how do you let them know what you installed in their home?
Right.
And what are the warranties on
Right.
it? Is there a piece of content that you could share with them? So we're looking at additional use cases beyond the bread and butter, which is the in-home sales at the kitchen table. There's a lot other places where we can enable salespeople beyond the kitchen table
And
as well.
you know that video, those presentations, homeowners love those. They love to have time just to think about things, to look at it before they start talking. The research that they want to do nowadays is so much more, and the contractors who can facilitate that, boom.
Yeah. Yeah. And well, 80% of customers are going to buy from you because they trust you.
Yes.
Right? You have to build that trust immediately, right? And if you can't build that trust immediately, you're kind of playing from behind right from the beginning.
Right. And there's a lot of people out there trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I know. Dean, thank you so much.
Oh, it's so great to be here.
Thank you. Please check out the Ingage directory on Roofers Coffee Shop. If you're here at the show, stop by the Ingage booth. This is the kind of stuff that will make a huge difference for you in 2025. The technology that you need for your business, commercial or residential, doesn't matter. This is it. Be sure to talk to him.
Thanks,
Thank
Heidi.
you. Enjoy the rest of the show.
You as well.
And enjoy. We're going to be, more interviews are coming your way, and I think Karen Edwards is going to be heading towards the stage. So hang on, and we'll be seeing you soon.